Hi guys, Kelly right here with Peace, Love, and Wellness, bringing you a quick power flow today to get the body moving and the blood flowing. So join me on your mat. We are going to start with warming up with some sun salutations. So we're just going to take a minute to get centered in, to get grounded in, pressing through the four corners of the feet, finding length up through the body. Palms come to face forward. Take a nice big breath, sending the breath all the way down into the belly. Exhale, send that breath down through the four corners of each foot. One more time. On the next inhale, we're gonna lift the arms, reaching up to the ceiling. Exhaling as we hinge at the hips, reaching for some blocks or for the floor. Releasing the head, letting it hang nice and heavy. Make sure you're not holding tension in the neck, but that you let it go, releasing it completely. Inhale, halfway up, flat back, hands to the tops of the thighs. Exhale, release, folding forward, seeing if you can take it any deeper. Good, bending the knees and planting the hands underneath the shoulders. We're gonna step the right foot back and then the left foot back. We're gonna check in here a minute just to make sure we have some good alignment. Our elbows are spiraling in, pressing through the hands and fingertips, belly button pulled in, and the tailbone is tucked to support that low back. And we're pressing energy out through the back of the heels. Take a breath here. Good. We can come down to one knee or both knees, or we can lower down through chaturanga, keeping the tailbone tucked. Elbows bend at 90, hugging into the body, lowering all the way down, pressing through to cobra. Take a nice big breath in here. Let the body sink down towards the floor. Good, we're gonna press through the hands, lifting the hips, tucking the toes, sending the hips up for downward facing dog. Let's paddle out the feet here, bending right knee, pressing through left heel, and switch it out. Good, grounding both heels towards the floor, pressing through the hands and fingertips, chest towards upper thighs. Elbows are still spiraling in. Good, we're gonna bend the knees, gaze forward, and start to walk the feet up towards the hands. Once we get there, we'll find a generous bend through the knees and bring it up. Arms come up over the head, hands to prayer in front of heart center. Release those hands back down to find our mountain pose. Good, we're gonna do that one more time. Other side, arms come up. Exhale, hinge at the hips. Releasing the head. Inhale, flat back. Exhale, forward fold. Bend the knees, plant the hands, step the left foot back this time, and then the right. Elbow spiraling in, hands under shoulders, tailbone tucked, pressing energy out through the heels. Drop it down through chaturanga, press through to cobra. Good, draw those shoulders down away from the ears, press the heart forward. If you need to come in sphinx pose at all, instead of cobra, that's fine. Press through the hands, hips up. Tuck the toes, send the hips up for downward facing dog. Elbows spiraling in, pressing through the hands. Take a big breath into the belly here. Good, from here we're just gonna lift those right toes. Keep the hips squared here. So we're not gonna open the hip up to the side, but we're gonna keep the hips squared to the mat, toes are pointing to the ground. Keep pressing through the hands, and let's just pulse that heel up. Good, hold here. We're gonna shift onto the ball of the left foot, shifting forward into a three-legged plank. Elbows spiraling in, tailbone tucked. Good, we're gonna bring that right knee over to the left elbow. We're gonna send it back to three-legged plank, and then lift it up to three-legged dog. Good, from here we're going to bring that right knee all the way forward towards the chin. We're gonna plant the foot next to the right hand, and we're gonna drop that left heel down. Engaging the core, we're gonna spiral up to a warrior two. Front knee is bent, stacked, the knee is stacked over the ankle. Hips are squared to the side, gaze is forward. Actively reaching those fingertips out. We're gonna drop that forearm down to the thigh, reaching up and over for extended side angle. Good. Let's come back to our warrior two. Cartwheel that right hand to the outside of the foot, and we're gonna circle the left hand down to the floor as we rotate left toes forward. We're gonna drop that left knee down, releasing the foot, pressing through the left hand, and opening up to the right side. Deep breath here. Inhale, come back to center. Tuck the left toes. Send that knee up and send the right foot back to meet the left. Find your nice strong plank, elbows in, hands under shoulders, tailbone tucked, belly button to spine. Good. Press up to downward facing dog. Let's keep the tailbone lifting high, chest pressing towards upper thighs. And let's go ahead and walk the dog, bending one knee and then the other. Good. Let's ground both heels down towards the floor, pressing chest towards thighs. Let's lift left toes this time. Heel comes up to the ceiling, hips are squared. Pulse that heel up. Keep pressing through those hands nice and evenly. Good. Holding here, we're gonna shift onto the ball of the right foot. Shift the weight forward so the shoulders are stacked over the hands. Nice strong three-legged plank. Good, let's bring that left knee to right elbow. Send it back for three-legged plank. Good, and press up through three-legged down dog. All right, we're going to shift that knee forward, bring it to the chin, and then we're gonna step that foot up towards the left hand. Drop that right heel down, pull that belly button in to engage the core as we cartwheel up to our warrior two. Knee is stacked over the ankle, arms are actively extending in opposite directions. Breathe. Good, let's drop that left forearm on top of the thigh, reaching up and over for extended side angle. Take a breath here. Let's bring it back to warrior two. Beautiful, cartwheeling that left hand outside of the foot, circling right hand down to the floor, rotating right toes forward. Drop the right knee, release that back foot. Press through the right hand and lift that left arm up, finding a gentle twist through the low core, low spine. Take a breath. Good, circle that arm back down to the floor. Tuck the right toes, send that knee up, send the left leg back. High plank, nice strong plank here. Elbows are pressing in towards each other. Good, let's press up to downward facing dog. Walk out the feet, bending one knee and then the other. Good, we're gonna roll onto the balls of the feet. And then we're gonna just drop the knees down to a hover, and then we're gonna send them back up. And we're gonna do that 3 more times. Roll onto the balls of the feet, drop the knees to a hover, keep pressing through the hands, send the hips back up, drop the heels. 2 more times. Last one. Good, hold here. Go ahead and bend the knees, bring them all the way down to the floor. Walk the hands underneath the shoulders, bring the big toes together. Take the knees a little wider than the hips if you'd like, and send the hips back as far as they'll go down towards the heels. Walk the hands forward, release the head, child's pose. Find your breath. Inhale, lift the gaze, shift the weight forward. Bring the knees back under the hips. Beautiful. We're gonna extend that right heel out behind us, keeping that tailbone tucked, elbows spiraling in, keeping everything nice and stacked and tight. Option to stay right here, or we can bring that left hand out in front of us. Holding, finding balance. Steady your breath, steady your gaze. Go ahead and release the hand and knee back down. Good, let's switch it out. Left heel extends back. Pressing energy out through that heel. Pressing through both hands, belly button pulled in, tailbone tucked slightly. Release that right arm out if you'd like. Good, release knee and hand back down to the floor. Big toes together, knees wider than hips. Sink it back for another child's pose. Take a breath. Inhale, lift the gaze. Shift the weight forward. Begin to walk the knees towards the wrists, coming onto our seat. So we'll extend both legs out in front of us. We're gonna pull the heels in towards the body, sitting nice and tall. So we're not rounding through the spine. We're sitting up nice and tall, hugging those knees towards the chest, creating a nice, tall, straight spine. From here, we're just going to drop our chin to our chest, feeling a stretch through the back of the neck. Inhale, lift the gaze. Drop the chin back to the chest. Good, bring the head neutral. Our arms come out in front of us. We're gonna lean the torso back, keeping that heart lifting up for a nice flat back. We're gonna bring the shins parallel for a modified boat pose. Keep that heart pulling up towards the ceiling. Breathe, core engaged. Good, we're gonna lower down to a hover, and then we're gonna come back up. And we're gonna do that continually. Connect breath to movement here. Keep that heart lifting up. 2 more times. Good, hug those knees back to the chest. Plant the feet on the floor. Drop the chin to the chest. Find a breath. Good, we're just gonna drop both knees out to the side. I'm gonna turn so you can see me. We're gonna drop the knees out to the side, coming into butterfly pose. Pull the heels towards the body as close as you can. Sit up nice and tall. Lift the heart up to the ceiling. Draw the shoulders down away from the floor, away from the ears. Exhale, hinge at the hips. Inhale, lift back up. Okay, we're gonna pull those knees together. We're gonna extend that left leg, and we're going to cross over that foot. We're then going to pull that left heel up towards the hip bone. Good. Taking that left hand, extending it out, we're gonna circle around that knee, sitting up nice and tall and finding a stretch. Gentle twist, feel it through the low core, spine. Sit nice and tall. Inhale, find length through the spine. Exhale, twist a little deeper if it's available. Exhale, return back to center. Good, we're gonna uncross that foot, and we're going to bring the left heel to meet the right. This time that right leg extends. We're gonna cross the left foot over past that right knee, and then we're gonna pull the right heel up towards the left hip bone. Sitting nice and tall, our right hand comes out, we circle around that knee, sitting nice and tall, finding a twist. Exhale, come back to center. Good, uncross the leg. Coming into an easy pose. That was our short and sweet power flow. I hope